What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Promethean Tides. I'm General. As always, I am joined by Breaker. What is going on, Breaker?
And I'm willing.
Yep. Okay. Thank. That was such a good intro. Thank you. Hey, everyone. Welcome to. If you like what we're doing, leave a like and a subscribe and ring the bell and share this around. Do you know people? Have you ever met people? Maybe one of the people that you've met would enjoy the show. You could share it to them. Do you know people on the internet? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. If you know other people on the internet, maybe you could share this. How cool would that be? If you like what we're doing, maybe other people will like what we're doing. That might be neat. Anyway, as per usual, we got some memes and some news. So let's hop right into it. So this is just what are your thoughts on BLM? And the communist square goes BLM is right to focus on oppression, but misses the big picture of class versus class for race versus race. And the green square for the whatever they are, progressives. They go BLM isn't perfect, but it's an amazing first step in getting rid of unjust race hierarchies in the United States. And then in the blue square, the Nazis go, BLM is a terrorist organization. And then in the yellow square, the libertarians go, the Bureau of Land Management is a terrorist organization. I agree. They're not focused on BLM. Black Lives Matter? No, that's not important. It's the Bureau of Land Management that really matters.
Yeah, that's the standard thing that happens whenever you talk to a fucking libertarian. It all goes back to like some archaic bureau or artifice of the fucking government is somehow responsible for BLM, which is like, motherfucker, that's not what we were talking about. But you see, actually, and then they break out the fucking conspiracy board. So yeah,
they just need to stop regulating the land, man. That's all we're asking for. All right, next thing. From Royal Dutch Airlines. It doesn't matter who you click with. Happy #Pride Amsterdam, which is good. This is a feel-good story where, you know what? It doesn't matter who you love. All love is equal. Unless there's an accident. It turns out that actually only one of those is the correct way to use a seatbelt. It's the bottom one here. The other ways of using the seatbelt those aren't good safety practices. Like in the event of a crash, you need to be using your seatbelt correctly.
haven't you always thought it strange? Is like whenever they make analogies for like homosexual relationships, they usually take like, I don't know, something like electrical sockets or in this case seat belts. They usually make the analogy with two things that when put together definitionally, logically do not function that way.
Yeah.
It's always the worst fucking examples you could imagine.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the cell phone, though. Like, the cell phone is funny. I like it. Here's two women speaking. One goes, got a stroke right after the jab. And the other one goes, must have been that pesky climate change. Oh, no.
Yes, it was.
Hey, global warming's a serious
I agree
thing.
with both of these women.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't want to get a stroke, you need to drive a Tesla. That's how the cookie crumbles.
Exactly.
Oh, right. So I'm not exactly sure when this like came out, but I guess Ford released like a Pride commercial, and I'm gonna have to mute it because there's like they use
copyrighted bullshit.
Yeah. Anyway, so the point is there are these two trucks and okay, yeah. So there's the two trucks and they're both very muddy, right? And but then they pass through some water, and then this one, oh look, that truck is red, and then this one passes through some water, and it's a rainbow Ford, and they're both really great. Whether you're in a red truck, uh, or if you're a rainbow truck, you're both great because you're good at going off roads, and that's the message that Ford wants to send you.
Well, gay people have been going off roads for generations. Like, instead of like the men's restrooms that you city folk use out in the country, we just like drove off into the woods, and what happens in the woods stays in the woods.
That's a good point. Like Brokeback Mountain, that was off road as AF.
Exactly. Yeah, that was way out there. You had to have four-wheel drive to even get there. You see, Ford knows what they're doing. At
Um,
least this is like one of the few instances where the marketing isn't just a total nightmare and makes no sense. Like that fucking stupid seatbelt analogy was just like totally nonsensical. But yeah, gay people do escape into the woods to have gay butt sex in four-wheel drive trucks. This is an actual use that a gay person would have for this vehicle.
you know what? That was probably a thing that happened historically. I can accept that. You know what? Ford supports you driving off road into the middle of nowhere to do gay butt sex with your secret boyfriend. Ford supports you.
Exactly.
But also, if what I liked about this commercial is that it wasn't just that it was a rainbow truck. They had another truck that was red, and it's like also, I mean, I'm assuming that red is like for like the Republicans, like it's a conservative, like also you can you can do things with your truck that isn't related to going out into the middle of the woods to have gay butt sex with your secret boyfriend. Like the truck can also be used for other things besides that. I really like that messaging choice, which is where I think, of course, we got to relate this back to Bud Light, but I think that was the issue, right? Like Bud Light should have gone like, yes, like trans people can drink this, but also if you're not trans, you can also drink. See, that was the mistake they made. Ford is doing it well. Ford's like, no, actually, you can still use our truck if you're a conservative. Vital messaging there. Much better done commercial, kind of.
And you know who else drove Fords? Bonnie and Clyde. Ah, Sam. It's the
Hey,
vehicle of rebel. At least they
nice.
were heterosexual, but
Yeah. No, the only way that you can truly be a rebel is by becoming queer and abiding and a trans queer and abiding by literally all of the popular media that is going in your favor. That's that's the true rebellion.
oh
It's
god, I just remembered June is coming, so now I have to dodge like the fucking tornado of pride flags everywhere on Twitter. No,
but Breaker, you are a you yourself, you're a flaming homosexual. This should be your favorite month of the year.
I never saw the appeal of like putting this shit everywhere. I liked it more when I could like secretly go out into the woods and buy Ford four-wheel drive that wasn't painted like a rainbow, so no one knew that I was having gay butt sex in the woods.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that honestly, like, I think Milo said something like this. It's like um uh being gay was way cooler back when it wasn't allowed, but like once they like legalized marriage and made it like just totally boring and droll, like it kind of lost its appeal. And then Milo even he was like, man, being gay has become so boring that I'm not even gonna be gay anymore. It's no longer exciting.
It's like if your parents or even grandparents suddenly started listening unironically to the music you listen to. Like in all the cartoons when they put on the gold Snoop Dogg chain and the backwards baseball cap, they're like, yo, homie, yo. But it's like grandpa on his fucking Alzheimer's medication doing it. Then it suddenly loses like 50 cool points.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Like the very fact that people dislike it makes it cool. Like, what if by giving the I bet that not all gay people were in favor of gay marriage. I bet that there were at least some gay people out there that were like, no, no, I
I
kind of
was
yeah. Like I feel like we actually took something away from some of the gay people by making it just so normalized, you know? Um but
back after I voted for Obama and the whole gay marriage thing finally ramped up. The more I looked into it, the more I realize it's just like, wait a minute, this is kind of bullshit, and it's just a propaganda angle, and this is just for political points. Technically, before quote unquote gay marriage was legalized, quote unquote, everything you could do as a homosexual, you could do as a heterosexual, both. You just had to go to an office and get paid for an actual fucking lawyer and fill out some forms. That was the only fucking difference. It was just slightly more expensive.
Well, how did we used to do it before gay marriages? Did we have? I guess we had like civil unions or something, which was basically the exact same damn thing.
The only thing the state cares about is non-blood related tax dependence. That's literally the state definition of what a marriage is.
Right. Well, actually, I've said this opinion before, but I'm actually extremely opposed to state-based gay marriage, and also state-based straight marriage as well. I think that marriage has a very heavy, I guess like religious implication to it. Different.
Yeah, all the religious stuff went like haywire, and that's why everyone. That was a smokescreen. What everyone was like talking about aesthetically, but legally there was no. The only change that legally was they got a political foot in the door. That's it.
Yeah, like this is what I would have preferred actually. There are no more state sanctioned marriages. Everyone has a civil union. It's the same. It's the same exact shit. But what you do is you say no. Marriage is the religious aspect of this, and the state government aspect of this should be a civil union because I don't necessarily want the government to be defining what a marriage is and be using the same term that like some like Catholic is using for like their idea of like the Catholic idea of marriage. Like they shouldn't be using the same word. Like that's just my opinion.
Yeah, even going beyond that, you could have Catholic marriages, Protestant marriages, Jewish marriages, Islamic marriages.
Yeah, and I don't think that I don't think the government should just be using the word marriage because like it means something different to all these different like fucking groups of people. Like just what, straight people, gay people, whatever it is, civil unions. It's all civil unions under the government, in my opinion. But I guess the left didn't like that because no, the government has to have marriage and they have to make it gay.
Indeed.
All right, next meme. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I hate this, but MSI Gaming USA tweeted, "Shout out to all the tech support / femboy gamers out there, and look at this super cool image. I have two sides: technical support side and durable femboy gamer. Nice. This is a cool image. When I look at this image, I think that's a cool dude. I want to be friends with him. Not only can he technically support me, but he's also durable for femboy purposes." And then this person responded, "Hello, first of all, the art is adorable, but can you please refrain from saying femboy? It is now considered a slur towards trans woman. The correct word is rose boy, please and thank you." So, so we have learned this now, Breaker. I know that actually on the Discord server that we're on, sometimes we do like get femboys who identify as femboys, and what we've learned is that actually the femboy that we know, actually I think we know a couple of femboys. Discord is filled with femboys for some goddamn reason. But we need to tell the femboy that actually they are being homophobic, LGBT phobic,
transphobic specifically,
whatever it is, to themselves, and that actually they should start referring to themselves as Rose Boy in order, and we will do the same, of course, but they need to start also referring to themselves as Rose Boy. So we need to institute that in a draconian manner to make sure that no one gets offended. So that's a goal for us next time. Yep.
That reminds me when I don't even know if I could say these terms on YouTube anymore, but anyone in the community knows what this is. It's an old term for chicks with dicks that starts with S. And there's an old term for dudes with cunts that starts with C. I'll let your imagination go from there. But anyway, those became slurs, technically, I think, to some people. And that was around the point that I voted for Trump the first time. So that's what this gets you, motherfucker.
It gets you a gay dude who votes for Trump because he's sick of your gay shit.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right, next thing. So here we have a nice little comic, and it goes, "I've got a way to improve the world. I think we should create a drug that's insanely awesome, highly addictive, and 100% legal, but will kill anyone who takes it within 3 months. We advertise for it like crazy, but we also clearly state its lethal nature on the packaging, as well as publish irrefutable reports backing up those claims. We sell it for a year, and then, when all the idiots who ignored the warnings are dead, the rest of us breed like crazy to populate the earth with a smarter class of children. Think of it like evolution, like an evolutionary cigarette." And then he goes, "What would you call this drug?" "Darwin." It's not quite Darwin. It's a little bit of a artificial selection there, so it's not pure Darwinism. But yeah, it's look at that, Breaker. That's a meme. That's a comic. It's not really a meme, it's a comic. But
Are these just normal dudes, or are these like allegorical, like avatars of creation or some shit?
It's a bear talking to a bald guy. So I have no idea. I have no clue. But I'm not even sure what
this is like a very. This might be a Korean inspired. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think they thought about that deeply. So yeah,
it might be. I mean, it looks like this was put out in 2008, maybe. So I don't even know if there's like political implications of this. I think it's.
Yeah. It's like this is technically one of those like highbrow creationist memes. This is actually making fun of evolution.
Oh, is it? I thought it was. I mean, it sounds like
They called it an evolutionary cigarette, for the love of God.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, maybe. That could be. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I thought it was like advocating for like well, whatever.
It's like the NOFX song of the pregnant nationalist that you read into your way, which that original intent to that song was the diametric opposite. It's like that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, there's that thing. I don't entirely understand it, but I mean that would work in principle if you wanted to do some population control and maybe like provide some selection pressures. That would work in theory. All right. From the Daily Mail, December 2022, disabled Canadian Army veteran Paralympian blasts government for offering to euthanize her when she complained about how long it was taking to install stair lift at her home. So it's this old grandma. She goes, I'd like to get from the first floor of my house to the second, please." And then it's Justin Trudeau going, "Have you considered euthanasia?"
It's like, you mind saving us some money? That's what it's really saying.
Why? Hold on. You have trouble getting up the stairs? Just go die. Thumbs up, happy face, Canadian healthcare. Why? Why is Canada even a thing?
That's why I've become apolitical. Like all political apparatuses are just propaganda instruments, and I see through all the shit, and I'm just apolitical.
Your third eye has been awakened. So this is from let's see, the 15th of May. We're recording on the 17th of May, so this was 2 days ago. This guy Bill Melugan, he goes, I asked the Texas National Guard if this is one of their soldiers who opens the gates for the group of migrants. They tell me she is not a Texas soldier and not Texas ARNG. I'm told she is a Title 10 soldier from the Missouri ARNG under orders from the federal government and working with BP, or Border Patrol. So here's a whole bunch of migrants, and there's a gate. There's a gate there, and it has like barbed wire on it, and there's a soldier. And then, like, they just open the gate and they let the migrants in. I'll just skip forward here a bit. And so all the migrants are coming through the now opened gate, who the American military person opened for them, because I guess that's a thing. Why the hell wouldn't it be? And then look, the soldier is just standing there, just watching all the people come in, like just opening the gate for them. Like, yeah, this is, of course. Oh, they even have a bus waiting. How nice is this? Like, of course, like. This is what we should be doing with all of the migrants who are coming over illegally. We should just open the gates. I mean, what they're doing is completely illegal. Like, in theory, you know, if you want to have a nation, it would kind of make sense that you have borders, right? Because, like, I'm not exactly sure how it is that you have a nation if anyone can just declare that they're a citizen and just walk into the nation. I mean, I guess that there are certain political groups that would like that, but, you know, in general, I think that a nation should have borders. Why are we just ignoring this? Why does this have to happen? Like, who?
You know what what none of them realized was the bus driver was actually Pepe, and a massive grin spreads over his face, and he starts snickering to himself.
Oh, no.
And then he changes the destination like next stop, Washington D.C.
No, actually, the bus, it like transforms into a helicopter, and now it's a free helicopter ride, Pinochet style. Woohoo!
Then it just airdrops him into Martha's Vineyard or something.
with parachutes, of course.
And they've got parachutes shaped like the Mexican flag, and they just got little speakers on their chest going.
The people in Martha's Vineyard would not be happy about that. They
Oh, they weren't. They even accused like DeSantis of like spreading his trash in their fucking neighborhood.
Yeah, which is super fucked, because, like, you know, everyone in Martha's Vineyard, they're like, yeah, like, I like they're all voting to, like, open the border and stuff, but then the minute that they have, like, 15 Mexicans in their town, it was, like, 15, it was, like, one bus of them, they're like, nope, this is horrible, we can't have this, nope. It's okay for the rest of the country to deal with that for the thing that they voted for, but they don't want to deal with the thing that they voted for. That's too much to ask for the incredibly fucking wealthy people. I love American politics. It's the best thing. So smart, so highbrow. So here we have a totally not made up map here. And the question is ketchup on pizza. And in the light green, you have no. And then in the lightish red countries like Russia, you have yes. So I guess Russia puts ketchup on their pizza according to this. I've never heard of this, but this is on the ground reporting from 4chan, so it has to be true. Italy will kill your whole family if you put ketchup on pizza. The dark red countries enjoy doing it, so I guess that includes Poland. Turkey can't afford pizza for whatever reason, and then all of the countries in gray don't know what pizza is. So, yeah, this seems accurate. Yeah,
Makes sense to me.
Sure that there was a lot of scientific funding that went into establishing this, and I trust the science and I trust the data. All right.
That's a total Slav thing to do too. It's like smoke cigarette, to drink vodka while squatting in alley, and with a big bottle of ketchup, just squeeze it onto a slice of pizza.
Well, I think in this situation, right? Okay, is the ketchup a topping, or have they replaced the tomato sauce with ketchup? Like, which one is it?
That's a good point, actually. I would say it's either or, possibly, because, you know, if you've got breadsticks and pizza, and the pizza comes while you've still got some breadsticks left. Occasionally, you might just take this pizza slice and like maybe dip a bit of the crust with the pizza topping still on it, and you'll dip it in the marinara bowl. That's technically for the breadsticks, but it's all the same thing
Yeah.
anyway. It's like one of those situations.
Well, because like for instance, I have I'm dating a Filipina woman, and I happen to know that in the Philippines, they don't do this with pizza, at least as far as I know. But when they make spaghetti, they use ketchup instead of tomato sauce for the spaghetti. And instead of meatballs, they use hot dog slices. So it becomes kind of a different dish. It's I think a lot of Westerners wouldn't quite appreciate it. Tons of sugar in that as well, but you know they prefer their spaghetti sauce to be ketchup in the Philippines. I don't know why. Don't ask me.
Like redneck freaking spaghetti. But I'll tell you something weird about that. If you're not used to the type of climates that would naturally grow tomatoes, you're probably not used to that particular vegetable. Well, it's not a vegetable. It's like a fruit. It's like a non-citrus fruit. A tomato, when you think about it, is a very peculiar organism. So if you're used to citrus fruits and fruits that are sweet, and they also have some of these in Russia, believe it or not, because they're right next to like the Mediterranean and the Greeks down there, so they did a lot of trading with them. And like, if you're used to thinking of fruit as something that's sweet, and all of a sudden you have this non-sweet fruit, but it doesn't have the texture of a vegetable, it's like this weird thing that doesn't belong anywhere. You're just like, ugh, what the fuck is this? My palate doesn't even know what to do with this. But we've eaten tomatoes all our lives, so we're used to them. But most people probably wouldn't be. They're not used to a non-sweet fruit.
Yeah, there's actually there's a lot of people that don't like tomato. Like they can deal with like tomato sauce, but they don't like sliced tomato. Like I'm the type of dude, I'm like, it's not a sandwich if it doesn't have a slice of tomato on it. But some people really don't like sliced tomato. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
It's
okay.
probably there's like this herb from. I was talking to Apocrypha. We need to get him back on the show when we can. There's this herb from India that he described as like having this really bizarre flavor that's like spice.
A spicy herb, you say? Interesting. Well, okay. Next meme. So here we have millions of lonely young men are about to get AI girlfriends, and
Beat for this, so it just tastes like dirt to Westerners.
oh,
But in
Breaker-
India, it's like a really popular. And my signal died horribly, and I was never seen or heard from again.
That's right. Well, I can hear you now. By the way, Breaker, for anyone that doesn't know, Breaker drives a truck, and so sometimes the signal goes out. It's okay.
Especially when I'm trying to watch a stream at the same time.
Yeah. So this one, it says millions of lonely young men are about to get AI girlfriends, and I've actually seen this. There's like I think Philip DeFranco of all people talked about it in the past week, but there's like some like TikTok whatever the fuck influencer, and they actually some AI company made like an AI version of her, and then they so then she can be like a virtual girlfriend to all these dudes, so then they can like go on her TikTok and then look at her in like skimpy outfits, but then also talk to the AI version of her for only $1 a minute. Damn, that's a good price. That's a really good price. Only $1 per minute. Wow, that's a steal. This is gonna become a thing, and Gen, you know what? Gen Z is fucked, but whatever comes after Gen Z is ultra fucked. Like this is something I've noticed, by the way. So like I'm part of like the millennial generation. I'm kind of a younger millennial, but I'm part of the millennial generation. Now, back in my day, we had sex, right? It was a thing that we did, you know? Like I lost my virginity in high school. And like it was pretty normal to lose your virginity in high school. I had sex with two different girls in high school, right? But a lot of the Gen Z kids, they're in college and they've never fucked a woman. Like, what is? I don't know what is happening to Gen Z. I will they even make babies? I don't know. I don't know if they're even gonna make babies. It's man. And what comes after? Whatever comes after Gen Z, um, whatever we're gonna call that. I think that they're not even. I mean, some of them have already been born, haven't they? Like the 3-year-olds that grew up during COVID and they had a mask on at all times, so that like the formative time in their life where they get really good at identifying human facial like features and expressions, like they just won't have that because they just had a mask on all the time, and it's just going to completely ruin them, and they're all going to be like super socially awkward, and they're all going to be like literally the 40-year-old virgin. Like, it won't be until their 40s that they lose their virginity, something like that. I'm terrified of what the future has to bring, but well, TikTok's helping us with constructing this brave new world. So thank you, TikTok. Smiley face, thumbs up.
Eventually, the government is just going to be like, "Come on, man, America." They're eventually just going to send you like a porta juggy. Does anyone remember the Man Show from all those years ago? Like, you have to be pretty old.
That's forever ago.
Where they had the porta juggies, and they had like this woman in a suitcase, kind of like the fembots from Austin Powers, that the legs were sticking out, the hair was flowing out the top of the suitcase, and it had like boob imprints on the side of it, so the woman's jugs could stand up inside the case.
No, like, I think
The government's just going to send you like a portable hoe and say, "Okay, here's your hoe. We don't have any more money to give her like welfare checks and child support, so you have to do it. So you have mandatory hoes now."
no, I think it's going to end up. It's going to be like it's almost like what Japan has become, but it's going to be like even worse, right? So, everyone's going to be like pandas, right? They refuse to have sex to save their species. They just won't have sex, and so
It's
this
almost as though mammals have this similar survival adaptive behavior where if they're in the presence of predators, they don't reproduce.
or if they're locked in a concrete box, they don't reproduce either. Yeah, maybe it's something like that. I don't know, but yeah, like but it's gonna be like that where the government has to come in as like the zookeeper and just like poke them up with a stick and go, please, can you just fuck already? We need more people. But they won't do it. They won't do it because they're too autistic. They're all going to be way too autistic.
Well, right now, their version of doing that is just pumping in migrants, but that's not really having the effect that they thought it would.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that is actually what they're doing. They're like, population.
That's why on that last meme they opened the fences. Yeah, we need some more people. Like, each one of these people is a baby that this Hatsune Miku TikTok masturbator didn't have. So yeah, every time you see an illegal alien cross the border like that, just imagine that's an unhad baby by the person holding this phone.
Well, actually, interesting thing about our channel here on the Promethean Tides, we're really strong advocates of tabula rasa. Everyone is born a blank slate. Everyone has exactly equal potential, no matter what. Are you born with an extra 21st chromosome? You have the same potential as anyone else. Tabula rasa. So what I want to do is, if through just completely abhorrent policies, we've made all the white people in America stop having babies. I say that we replace them with Australian Aboriginals. They're just as good as the white people. They're just as smart. They're just as good at everything. Just replace the United States population with Australian Aboriginals, and I think that it'll be exactly the same country, right? Because it's all cultural, right? Like, nothing is really passed on with DNA. What even is DNA? It's not really that important of a molecule. Like, what does it even do? Do we even need it?
You know why tabula rasa is a thing? It goes back to Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Tabula rasa is only a thing because in order for his philosophy to work, you basically have to be like this brilliant philosopher that's like very well read in a fucking polydidact of fucking philosophy to get to that point in philosophy. So in order for his philosophy to work, and he set his philosophy up to be like appealing to like the common man and the working class and the lower class of society, then he realized, like, shit, you have to be an interdisciplinary PhD to understand this shit. So why don't I just write in, like, this particular philosophy has like a magical quality where anyone on the earth, regardless of competency, can understand it. That's why tabula rasa exists.
Wait. So you're saying that the entire reason for the phrase tabula rasa is so that the lowest common denominator, like myself, can understand it. Nice.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you don't have to have like 5 doctorates in philosophy and be a fucking historian that speaks 5 different languages to understand this. No, it's tabula rasa. It's magic. Fuck it. Don't think about it.
Yeah, but okay. So George Orwell had this quote. It goes something like, "That's an idea so stupid that only an educated person could believe it."
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just like Sam Harris.
dude, he's super educated. he's he knows so many things. All right, next thing. So Scandinavians are the earliest Europeans. Scientists have sequenced a 37,000-year-old genome. The results show that present-day Scandinavians are the closest living relatives to the first people in Europe. So basically, the Scandinavians are actually the best. They're the best of the Europeans. They're the best. Now, did I happen to pull this article up because I happen to be of Scandinavian descent and this makes me happy? No, certainly not. I'm not biased. No, it's just that Scandinavians are the best Europeans. And here's scientific evidence for that. We were the first.
You know what the weird thing about this is that, strangely enough, from what I hear, in all this time, for whatever reason, they never developed a culture for what the intersexual left tells me.
They never developed a culture.
Like, you know, when the SJW say white people don't have a culture, it's like that's why this is so weird. Like, they were around for so long, but they never developed a culture. It's strange. If anything, that makes them like even more unique.
Wow, 37,000 years and not a single cultural icon came out of any of that time. Apparently, it's amazing.
Pretty much. How strange how that works.
How could that have happened? That's so weird.
Weird.
But everyone, all the POCs have essentially an infinite amount of culture. No matter where they live
Strangely enough.
Yeah, like the Australian Aboriginals, they have Dirigidi dues. That by itself is worth like 10 cultures. But no cultures from any of the white people. It's weird, very strange. You know what? It's because the white people were genetically engineered by Yakub to be just evil oppressors. Everyone knows that. That's history.
And so wait a minute. What you're saying is that only white people are actually capable of the tabula rasa. This makes the reading of Jean-Jacques Rousseau make so much more sense.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Hell yeah. All right. Next thing. 2001. The Middle Eastern guy goes, USA is the great Satan, and the American guy goes, LOL, okay. 2023. Middle Eastern guy goes, USA is the great Satan. American guy goes, yes.
Pretty much.
It's weird how that's changed, but I
was around for all of this, by the way. I remember all of this, and yeah, this is very accurate.
Because I've definitely been starting to come around to the yes perspective. I didn't used to be, but I'm feeling more and more of the yes. Now, that doesn't, I'm not saying that like just like all of the US is evil, but is our government maybe like incredibly corrupt and in some ways maybe like worse than the CCP? Maybe. Who knows?
Well, that sounds like a conspiracy theory, but you know, a Middle Easterner is saying it, so this is like a circuit breaker meme. It's like, I don't know what to do. It's like, malfunction.
Shoot. Whatever a brown person says must be true, so...
Yeah, because they have a culture, so, you know.
And they've been consistent about it for the last 20 years, so...
Well, they've been consistent about their culture for like over 1,000 years in the Middle East. So,
yeah. All right. Here we have Why do ball earthists deny the existence of water mountains? Breaker. I'm not even gonna read the rest for now. Breaker, I know that you're a ball earther. How do you deny the existence of water mountains?
Well, you see, water mountains are a conspiracy theory and a misnomer. You see, what mountains really are the ancient petrified relics of mighty Titan penis.
Oh, okay. That's a decent explanation, actually. So
Yeah.
this Daniel person goes, I'm almost scared to ask, but what's a water mountain? And Gerwin goes, water mountains are what ships disappear behind in the sea. Ball earthists are just too stupid to recognize them or acknowledge them, so they claim it's evidence of a ball earth.
Well, you see, that's just the remnants of the diluted remnants of the mighty Titan seamen.
See, if you stand like on a shore and you watch a ship for long enough, just go in a straight line away from the shore, eventually the Earth will disappear. Why does it disappear? Because it's a water mountain. The water mountain is obscuring your vision. So,
well, just like if you watch a sperm for long enough, eventually it will disappear. What happened to it? It went into an egg. You see, it makes perfect sense.
No, that's the egg mountain. It's obscured.
Well, the whole world is like Gaia, so it's like one big egg, and we're all like little tiny sperms. So of course we're going to disappear into the egg if you watch long enough. That's what all sperms do.
That's a very like holistic and like chill vibes way of seeing the view, man. Like we're all just sperms, you know what I'm saying? Like hell yeah.
Yeah, this all makes perfect sense. And crystals are petrified Titan organs, so it all makes sense.
Yes. Buy the crystals. They will heal you. And if you can just look. It happened to me. I wanted a promotion at my job. I went out. I bought $1,200 worth of crystals. I got a promotion. And what the promotion was for? An extra $1,200 a year, right? And that's per year. So actually, it's an infinite dividend. So if you can spend $1 million on crystals, you can get an extra $1 million per year. After 2 years, it's paid for itself, and you have an extra $1 million. So buy more crystals.
You know what I want to see? You know what I really want to see, all jokes aside? I want to see like a no shit flat earther and somewhat arguing with someone who believes the earth is round, but not for any type of scientific or geometric reasons. Just for like a totally different and arguably even crazier conspiracy theory like the Gaia sperm hypothesis. I want two of those people to argue and see what happens.
Yeah, it's like one of them believes it's round, but it's because like turtle shells are round and like it's turtles all the way down. It's like it must be round because you've never seen a turtle.
Exactly.
Yeah. But actually it's not quite round. There's actually some hexagonal indentations that we don't even realize. Something like that.
And then you look at those rocks in Iceland, and there's certain rock formations around the world that are these little hexagon sticks. Yeah, that's proof of the mighty turtle hypothesis. See, the hexagons are everywhere.
Checkmate, atheists.
Checkmate, flat earthers.
Yeah, got him. So here we have do you want Biden to run for re-election? A whopping 26% of Americans want Biden to run. Can you guys believe that? Wow. A whole ass 26% of Americans would like Biden to run. That's so many people. Like, what do we have? Like 340
And look at this statistic, like only 1% undecided.
Wow, that's super polarized. But think about that. If we have like 340 million Americans, and about like 25% of them want him to run, that's 85 million Americans that want him to run. That's a massive number of people that want Joe Biden to run. Those are impressive numbers. I say, you know what, Democratic Party? That's 85 million Americans want this man to run. You have to run him, okay? You gotta run him. He's gonna be great. He's gonna do such a great job. He's definitely gonna get elected. Definitely, 100%. I mean, after all these Americans have seen what he's done over the past 3 years, I think everyone here in America is really excited about what Biden is doing, about what he's doing for the American economy, the American people. He's doing such a good job that 85 million people want him to run. So you got to do it, Democrats. Get to it. So I saw this link on Poll, okay? So I don't know which I don't know who leading report is, but they're saying breaking. US military is now testing soldiers for AIDS after DoD database reports 500% increase in HIV since the COVID vaccine rollout. What?
Weird.
Why would that?
I wonder what's causing the HIV. Well, best not to think about it too long.
So, I did actually think about this a little bit, and okay, so
be careful.
So here's I know how careful I have to be. Hey YouTube, I love you YouTube. You're just the best little organization.
You're not doing anything bad, are you? That's
No.
good to hear that.
No.
Just don't be talking about anything against the rules.
No, YouTube, we're fine. Please, just
You better be careful what you have to say.
YouTube, just please. All I want to do is speak. I'm not even trying to do anything. Please, YouTube.
You just don't spread any conspiracy theories or misinformation.
No, certainly not. No, never.
All right, I'm gonna go back to my room now. Close my rattle.
Okay, bye YouTube. Bye.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that was a close one. But so I was thinking about this, right? Let's say that that the United States military decided to give their soldiers a particular medication. Who knows what that medication could be? Let's say that it was in the form of a shot. Who knows? And let's say that that particular shot happened. It's not. It doesn't actually have HIV in it, right? Like it doesn't have like the human immunodeficiency virus. But it does have an effect of compromising the immune system, right? Now, AIDS is actually a disease that's acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, right? And so you can actually have AIDS without having HIV in theory. It's just when your immune system is completely shut down, that's AIDS. The virus is HIV, but there could be multiple reasons why your immune system is just completely shut down. Now, what if there are other things that could cause your immune system to completely shut down? What if the military administered this thing to soldiers, and now they're seeing an increase in like immunodeficiency syndrome in the soldiers now? Like I'm just saying what if. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just speculating, if this is true, maybe that's the cause. Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just a guy on the internet, but I was just thinking maybe that could be a thing.
Better be careful what you think about it.
Yeah, I forgot about the danger of thought crimes. I mean, because there has been some data that it's possible that some of the stuff that the military has injected their soldiers with, like, might actually have an effect on the immune system. Like, there's been some evidence that has kind of come out of that. That actually,
I think the problem is that the military budget isn't high enough, so they had to reuse some needles. So we know that causes HIV. So it's like we need to spend more money on the military. That's the real solve for this problem.
Oh, right. We need to double their budget. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Oh, you know
exactly.
what? Check this out, Breaker. I have a great idea. This is my idea. So I'm gonna get this bill into Congress, right? And I'm gonna shout all over all of the news stations. I'm gonna go, oh my God, there's like so much HIV in the military. We need to increase military spending to deal with this, right? And that'll be like the main focal point that I push when it comes to dealing with the media, right? But I'm gonna write a bill where Actually, the bill just gives like an extra like $2,000 to the military. So technically, we are increasing the budget of the military. But also in this bill, we're quadrupling the size of the IRS, and also we're creating a new institution called the the Freedom for Americans Department, FFA or whatever. And then actually the purpose of the FFA, the Freedom for Americans three-letter organization, is to use draconian approaches to completely eliminate all freedoms in an explicitly anti-constitutional way. And then I'm gonna push that bill through Congress. Everyone's gonna support it because I'm just trying to support the soldiers with the HIV, and we just need to increase military spending. What they won't realize is that there's so much more in this bill that just does even more wonderful things, and it's almost like that's how actually politics works right now anyway. Shit, I don't have a new idea, do I? Nothing about this is novel. Fuck. I was onto something.
I like freedom and Americans, so I'll support this.
That's good. See, that's why we call it the Freedom for Americans organization.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's good.
Those are good things that I support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like most Americans, me myself, like most Americans, I support the good things, and I'm against the bad things. So remember to vote for me.
Yeah, George Bush taught me well years ago that the terrorists are evil and they hate freedom. So that means that freedom is good.
That's right. I'm all about the good things. I'm against the bad things, just like you. Just like fellow Americans, I'm also against the bad things, just like you. But I'm in favor of the good things, also just like you. And we got to work together to make sure the good things happen. Hell yeah.
Come on. That's why Joe Biden says, come on, man.
Come on, man.
It all makes sense now.
I swear to God, like, I think I have a hypothesis. I have a hypothesis about how politics works. I do. And this could be a very strange conspiracy theory. I don't know if anyone's going to agree with me here, but I think that if you have a higher IQ on average in the population, the politicians aren't able to get away with as much bullshit, right? If on average the people are a bit smarter, then it's more difficult to trick them because they actually start thinking about things and they start noticing. Meanwhile, let's say, for whatever reason, I'm not saying that a place like this exists, but let's say that you had a nation with an average of 70 IQ. At that point, it's incredibly easy to trick the population. Like, I mean, politics politics wouldn't even exist, really. There wouldn't even be like the concept of ideological differences in a nation that has an IQ average of 70. Like, there wouldn't even be like a concept of that. It would just be a series of people going, I like this man because he give me gun. Another person would go, I like other man because he give me money. And then that's it. That's all politics is. There's not even such a concept as ideology behind it. So basically, what if Breaker, check this out. What if we could find one of these nations with like a relatively low IQ, and then we just like took a whole bunch of them and just flooded, the nation that you wanted to take over with all of these relatively low IQ people, and you just flooded it with them, and then you just used now the IQ on average is a little bit lower, and now you can get away with more shit, and that's a good way of taking over a country and like just destabilizing it, doing whatever you want with it, stealing its wealth, whatever. Like, that would actually be a pretty smart way to do it if you think about it. And then I'm like, shit, I know that, like, I'm probably not the smartest guy. There's probably smart people that exist in government that have already had this thought. Whoa, how trippy is that, bro? Crazy.
Just like Joe Biden. Come on, man. America. We need like more programs for the dreamers and immigrants so they come to America.
Hey, it's all in the interest of America. We're all about America here.
And his wife is like, you are as diverse as breakfast tacos of podcast of our inner city. I'm not kidding. She actually said
Yeah, I know.
that.
um, I love politics so much. You know, it's just a I I just wish it was more honest, right? I'm okay with all of the conniving and the scheming and the self-interest because I expect that, right? I expect every human to be conniving and self-interested. That's human nature. I get it. I just wish, I just wish that when they were shitting directly in your mouth, they would stop telling you that it's actually chocolate ice cream, right? Like, I can taste that it's not chocolate ice cream. I can taste it. You can stop telling me that it's chocolate ice cream. I know you're lying. You know that I know that you're lying. And I know that you know that I know that you're lying. Just stop lying. Just be honest with me. Just tell me that you are shitting into my mouth. I know it's not chocolate ice cream. Why do we have to lie?
Speaking of that, weirdly enough, talking about breakfast tacos and pondagas, I actually saw this on Twitter recently. You know those Latinx versus Latino and Latinx and all this fucking bullshit? That whole debate. I actually saw on Twitter a whole bunch of lefty memes where like trying to counter meme the anti-Latinx people, and they were like posting memes that the Latin Americans actually wanted to be called Latinx, and then universally every single person when you see one of those memes, it's like ratio to hell, and every single meme after it is just like, you're wrong, fuck you, and it's all the counter memes. So for every lefty meme that says Latinx is actually a good thing that Latin Americans actually want you to call them, there's like 1,000 memes or just like fuck off gringo.
Actually, Breaker, I'm extremely offended by everything you just said because it's not pronounced Latinx. Like, I don't know where you got this idea. It's pronounced Latinx. No Latina or Latino wants to be called a Latinx. Okay, that sounds weird. It's Latinx. They all love being called Latinx. You know, especially the men. You know, it just sounds so masculine to call them. Yes, you're a Latinx. I mean, so masculine sounding. Just call them Latinx.
Well, you know, if anecdotal evidence is what we're going with, like I know several Latinx, whatever the fuck
Latinx.
people.
Latinx.
Every time I call them Latinx, they say to my face, fuck off gringo. So I don't know. Anecdotally, you know, if I'm going by my lived experience and my Hispanic friend, they all universally abhor that term.
You know what? You were probably just talking to the Hispanics with internalized racism. So you got to watch out for that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
All right, we have the world in about 3 years. So this guy is connected up to the Harry Potter movies plus porn VR. He has he has 2 IV drips with heroin and wine, and he has an auto masturbator on his crotch. And you know, man, he looks happy. And then the guy goes, "This is kind of weird." And then the chick goes, "Oh my God, let people enjoy things." Yes. Just let them bliss out. Let them enjoy things. I am unironically stating this. Look, the person hooked up to the Harry Potter VR with the wine and the heroin intravenous solution going into their veins and the auto masturbator on their crotch. Look, they're not going to have kids. It's okay. Let them enjoy things. Okay? Let them. This is the Darwinian cigarette that we were talking about a while ago. This is the Darwinian cigarette. It's a good thing. Just let it happen. Just let it. We need some selection every once in a while. We do, okay? We need a culling, all right? Forest fires are natural, okay? They're a good thing.
Hey.
Okay. Don't want to. It's not eugenics if it happens naturally. This is just a nice little post. The demons that stole our country have spent the last 75 years socially engineering you to believe that this is evil and its inversion is moral. Yes, look at this picture. This picture is horrible. What is that, a nuclear family? Is that a happily married man and wife with 2 children out in a field having a picnic? No.
Take it away.
Gross.
Yeah.
No, this is not how you build a stable
Hey,
nation.
this is your friend YouTube. YouTube doesn't much like this. You need to play like
Oh.
the dildo challenge.
Okay, sorry. I'll start showing images of dildos. Sorry, YouTube. We're gonna show so many
we
dildo
need
images.
more wholesome videos of homosexual couples and gay men just trying to see if they can determine whether it's a real penis or a dildo being inserted into them from behind a curtain. That's the type of videos that YouTube approves.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Exactly. Yes, I know what YouTube likes. Shit, that's what they really want to recommend to children as well. So like, oh yeah.
Well, the children, we have sexual education videos for the children where the children are literally reading porno mags in the video and the man's penis pops off the page in like a 3D pop-up book.
Oh, that's gotta be so exciting for the tots. Wow, that's nice.
Exactly, and children love pop-up books, especially when they involve penises.
Okay, all right, thanks for stopping by, YouTube. It's always a pleasure.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to my crib now.
Okay, bye. I'm sure you'll step in again. Here we have a little piece of news. The squad. So like AOC. Who else is in the squad? You got the
Elon Omar?
Yeah, Elon Omar. There's like 2 other chicks that are in the squad. It's the 4 horsemen of the
I think you mean women of color.
Yeah, sorry, the 4 horse women of color that are gonna bring about the apocalypse. Shit, you know what I just realized? Like, if white women like dogs, is it possible that colored women like horses?
Women of color.
Sorry, yeah. That's the better. Yeah, women. Sorry, women. Not colored women.
That is
women
the
of color.
approved term. Right. Stop saying.
Yeah, because when you if you inverse it, then it's wrong. But if you do it the regular, because rules, because it just makes sense. It's definitely not completely fucking arbitrary.
Supposed to be. This was never meant to be logical. Just like keep updating the fucking woke firmware. Yes. When you're supposed to. Exactly. You haven't been watching enough mainstream news. You need to update the fucking firmware.
Keep updating your firmware. Keep listening to whatever it is that CNN tells you. That's the correct firmware. Exactly. Keep updating it.
That's what you're supposed to be doing.
So the squad demands 14 trillion in federal reparations for descendants of slaves. Yeah, that's what they're demanding. Basically, you're looking at like $300,000 just instantly given to all the black people. And that would cost a lot of money. That's half of America's GDP. So basically, imagine this. For the next year, 6 months, half of your working time is going to be devoted towards paying black people. Half of the time, do you spend 8 hours a day at work? Well, now you're working 8 hours, but you're getting paid for 4 because the government's going to take 4 of those hours and distribute it directly to the black people. Isn't that nice? Isn't that just really, really, really nice? This is a totally viable plan. Yeah, of course. Yeah. This is totally going to work. This makes sense. This is logical policy on behalf of the squad. Like, this is feasible AF, fam. Feasible AF.
Pretty much. I agree.
I agree. Breaker, how in the hell have we reached this point in American politics? Like, I swear to God, I was around for like basically all the Bush administration. I was paying attention to it, even though I was like young. I was pretty young. I was a teenager or whatever. I was paying attention, and the Bush administration was dumb. It was dumb as fuck. Like, it was stupid. But I thought clearly like the Bush administration was the closest that we got to idiocracy. Nope. No, we are way closer to idiocracy right now. I think that we might actually be able to beat idiocracy. I think that at a certain point in the future, idiocracy is going to become a documentary, and then it'll become a thing to aspire to. We'll be like, wow, the people in idiocracy were so smart. If only we could get back there. I don't know what the fuck is happening in this world.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that fucking $1 trillion. Like, don't worry, like, there's no such. Whenever you hear the word government debt, just replace that instead with, like, I don't know, some type of magical ritual.
It's just a magical box where money comes out of. It's not real.
It's not the type of debt that you have with, like, a bank or a friend, like you owe your friend $20 now. Like, debt when it comes to the government, it's not this thing you're ever really expected or held to any type of standard of recompense or ever paying this back. No, that's not how government debt works. It's just a fucking magic spell. It's just like you sacrifice some children to Moloch, you get the blood offerings, and then you make more magic green money appear. That's what debt is.
Oh, yeah, that's shit. That makes more sense than whatever the government people are telling me how it works. Um, all right, next thing. This one is kind of a deep dive. um, I've read this myself before, like a couple of years ago, but
Huh?
all right, here we go. Now, I want to point out the title of this is Lemmings for Alt-Right Idiots. I am not alt-right. Breaker, are you alt-right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, neither Breaker nor I are alt-right. I myself, I'm a libertarian. I want to be left alone, and also I think that Scandinavians are the best type of Europeans. Okay, if that makes me alt-right, then all right, whatever. But I wouldn't consider myself to be alt-right. I know Breaker. He's a gay dude who drives a truck. He's not really alt-right. But this is for the alt-right, and here we go. Welcome to Psychology of the Lemming, and here is the star of our educational course, the Lemming. And their thinking is, let's go along to get along. Live and let live. Also known as Average Joe, Normie, Sheeple, Vegetable, TV Watcher, Comic Book Reader. I take offense, actually. That's mean. I recently read a comic book. But okay, whatever. Lemmings have basic desires of security and happiness. The lemming will be loyal to whomever provides him with these basic wants. He wants a house, he wants to be happy, he wants dollars. Whomever provides the lemming with these wants becomes the recognized dominant power. Today, that power is our enemy, the system. It gives the lemming these things, thus the lemming is loyal to it. You see, the lemming is loyal to the system. Is the system nice? No. The system is tyrannical and evil, but it gives the lemming things. So, and the lemming is the majority. The system also holds controls over the lemmings through the media and various institutions, including educational. The lemming conforms to the laws and standards of the system that are reinforced through those institutions and the media. So, the other institutions and the media, they control the lemmings. So there's a lot of control going on over the lemmings. The lemmings are the most important thing in this entire equation because that is the majority of people. Most people are the lemmings. Let's see. The lemming
Makes sense.
The lemming then applies peer pressure to other lemmings to conform with the system, its laws and standards. Should the lemming fail to conform, he may be punished and lose his comforts and wants that the system provides. Not only is the system regulating the lemming, but the lemmings are regulating each other because they all have an interest in continuing the system because the system provides the gibs. The gibs are good. The system. The system needs to provide the lemming with his basic desires to have his mindless loyalty. However, once the lemming has his basic desires realized, he will grow decadent and develop a desire for more extravagant luxuries and degenerate experiences. If the system has the means, it will establish a consumerist society offering the lemming those luxuries and experiences. It will further develop and reinforce that desire through the media. The lemming will become more brainwashed and loyal to the system. This is where the Slaaneshi god is introduced. This is where Slaanesh is introduced. This is the chaotic power of the BDSM god. A lemming who already has his basic wants realized won't understand the purpose of higher ideals as he already has what he wants. A lemming who is enjoying decadent luxuries is going to reject higher ideals that would demand of him to give up those very luxuries. Nice. They don't understand ideology. They don't understand how to look into the future and try to build a better system. They just know that right now the system is giving them what they need and what they want, so it's good. Thumbs up, happy face. Okay?
Pretty much.
Moreover, we advocate the end of the system, which is an enemy to us and our people. However, the lemming sees the system as the provider of his comforts and luxuries. The lemming will not risk losing those by going up against the system. He already has what he wants. He will not risk it for higher ideals he neither understands nor is willing to give up his decadent cravings for. Furthermore, we appear as outsiders with no power. We cannot offer the lemming what the system is already providing him with. So, it doesn't matter if the system isn't making any goddamn sense, and you are making sense. The system is what's giving the resources, so the lemming must side with the system, right? It will never side with you. It doesn't matter how good of an argument you make, how coherent your thoughts are. It doesn't matter if the government is blathering on about chopping off your children's genitalia. It does not matter. The system is giving them resources. That's important. Lemmings become susceptible to influence only when the system is incapable of providing them with their basic wants. An unstable system that does not provide assurances in provision of basic wants loses the loyalty of the lemming, who must seek realization of his desires elsewhere, which is when they are open to propaganda that associates realization of higher ideals with realization of their basic wants. This is how NSDAP did it, and this is how Golden Dawn does it. I don't know NSDAP and Golden Dawn, but basically the idea is that if the system stops providing resources, that's your opportunity to strike, right? That's how you get in, and you go, look, I have resources that, look, the thing that you trusted isn't giving you the resources that you wanted, but here's another system that could give you a lot more resources, maybe, yeah? That's when you strike, right? This is how you do it. This is smart.
Exactly.
However, actually, I just want to scroll back up here. I would like to point out that as of right now, I think that the system has overreached with its control of the lemmings, because what it's gone and done is it said, look, the system says that you can do all the abortions and all the feminism and sexual revolutions with all of the birth control and sleeping around, but also you're not producing kids, and also if you do produce kids, you're gonna probably end up with gay kids, trans kids. Now here's the thing, right? The lemming may be stupid on like a metaphysical level, but on an axiological level, which is more where the genes are operating, this will run out, because the genes will ultimately kick in, and the genes will go, wait, hold on. Me, DNA, smartest guy in the room, I'm not reproducing myself. Fuck this nonsense. So, I think it's really fucking stupid and incredibly arrogant for the system to start going, yeah, just don't reproduce yourselves, because that's another avenue to get the lemmings pissed off. It'll take a couple generations, but that will make them hate the system even more than just losing a bit of money. Like that, the government is playing a dangerous game here, and I don't think that they understand the power of Darwinism and the fire that they're fucking playing with. But that's just my opinion.
Well, in the European countries, the major problem they have is the Second Amendment in America, because in all the European countries, they've already disarmed and concentration camped everyone, and they could do the pod in the book strategy. But if they try and do that in America, they're just going to get shot.
Yeah. So, next thing. However, when facing a strong system that is fully in control and capable of providing the lemmings with both their basic wants and further decadent desires, the lemming becomes a completely subservient slave, too cowardly to step out of line for fear of punishment, too satisfied with what he has to risk it, too decadent to be swayed by a superior ideal that demands he give up his decadent ways and degeneracy. Thus, the only solution left to those who want to defeat the enemy is to take direct action against the system. Once the system has been all but defeated, the lemmings will look towards the victor for their basic wants, conforming to whatever laws and standards the victor imposes, including those that are motivated by a higher ideal. Here's some quotes from George Lincoln Rockwell. We have revolution is a spectator sport. The majority will sit on in the stands and watch the factions fight. At the end, they will choose to side with the team that is winning. From William Luther Pierce, lemmings just want to do what they believe they're expected to do, whatever the other lemmings are doing. James Mason, we do not wish to rock the boat. We intend to seek it. I don't know who these dudes are, but apparently they have quotes.
I know who these dudes are, and I know that the type of quotes are the type of people you might not want to read on YouTube.
Oh, well, I don't know who they are. You know, I'm just a lemming, bro. Like I don't know things.
Well, but I don't really exactly know who they are myself, technically.
Okay. So, all of this is to say that obviously, me being a lemming myself, I cannot believe just how schizo this whole post was. You know, I mean, fundamentally, you know, I don't think any of this is true. I think this is just for these are for like way out there,
no,
you know,
this
people.
Is, I'll tell you, I'll give you a secret behind this. This is, you would have to know a lot to put this together, but think of Nietzsche. Remember when Nietzsche talked about the Übermensch? There's another German word that is the opposite of Übermensch.
The Untermensch.
That they're using the word, they're using the word lemmings instead of that word. And when you realize that, you'll know what this is basically like a quote from a very famous book that was written by a man who was famous for mustaches and painting. But the words are changed.
Yeah, obviously this whole thing, none of it makes any sense. I'm a lemming. Look, I know who butters my bread, and anything that goes against the system, I'm personally against. Obviously, this is for political dissidents and radicals. I'm not about that. This channel is not about that whatsoever. Okay, we are
YouTube checking in here to make sure you're not reading any type of
we're all
propaganda or hate speech.
No. We're trying to support the status quo and fight anyone who would challenge the status quo. That's what we're doing, YouTube.
So you're not taking excerpts from banned books and naughty words and just replacing the words to fool me, are you?
No. I'm trying to support the status quo. I support you, YouTube, 100%. That's what we're about.
Okay, just as long as you're sure about that, I'll be watching.
Okay. All right. Thanks, YouTube. Peace out. I knew that this one would be spicy. I knew it. But you know, personally speaking, I think it's a little something called free speech. I know that YouTube hates it, but I do kind of believe in free speech. I don't know. Isn't free speech supposed to be the status quo in America? Like, aren't I? Or it used to be the status quo in America. I'm not sure when that changed.
Is that about free speech?
Sorry, no. I hate.
Free speech is fine as long as they're not using hate speech.
No, you're right. It's free speech is totally cool as long as it's speech that YouTube and the system agrees with. If the system doesn't agree with that sort of speech, then it's not considered free speech. That's considered hate speech, and that can legally go away. Of course, I understand how that works. It makes total sense.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna check out for now.
All right, thanks, YouTube.
I'll be watching.
Oh. Okay, so here we have
Damn, that thing is creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy as fuck. So basically, here was a thing that happened. So over the course of this video, we will see some missiles like launched. And this person says, I counted 30 Patriot PAC-3 MSE launches here. The FY 2024 cost of these per missile is about $5 million. So that was $158 million fired in about 2 minutes. And as we see, the battery or something else likely got blown up, so it failed in its mission. So I guess these were missiles launched against an incoming missile, and the missile still hit the base, and it still exploded. So I guess if we skip forward, I think that you'll see that there's actually an incoming thing, and it comes in, and you get any second now. Wait, okay, wait, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm not trying to blue ball you. It's gonna happen. I swear. Boom. There it is. There it is. There's the flash. Yeah. So apparently, $160 million of missiles were fired off and failed to do their task. I guess this was something that was going around the 4chan. I have no idea. I don't know anything about this, but I guess it's the thing that happens. There's some news. There you go. Boom, news. We got news.
This is like what happens on a regular basis in Israel with the Iron Dome defense network, because basically this is like a version of Iron Dome, similar to what Israel has. And every time Hezbollah fires a rocket, their rockets cost about $70,000. But the amount of counter munitions that the Iron Dome fires to take down that $70,000 rocket is close to $1 million. So that is like a massive disparity.
That is a massive disparity. You know what they should do? I know that the U.S. military has been working on this. I don't know how advanced they've gotten with it, but lasers, bro. Lasers. Hey, go to radlight.dev. Type in General Chief as the promo code for 5% off. But just use like super powerful lasers and melt the missile. I know it's been used.
Well, the thing about that is you have to like get it in the air with like you have to have like an airplane with a laser on it. You can't do it from the ground because the missile is moving too fast.
Well, I know that they put it.
You would have to have have to have direct line of sight on the missile, and you have to track it at hypersonic speeds.
No, well, number one, a laser actually moves at the speed of light, so it's actually very good at taking out things that are moving hypersonically.
The machine shooting the laser has to keep the laser pointed at the fast-moving object.
That is true. I agree. That's probably difficult, but I know that they have put laser defenses on ships. So if you can put it on a ship, I think you could put it on a building. I don't know, but I've never.
What would be better if they had a fucking Felix? Like a freaking Felix can shoot down freaking rockets. It's basically a gigantic Gatling gun. And it traces rockets and it just shoots them down. But those bullets go a lot farther, and they could be like, you can't do that on land because the bullets have to come down and they're going to hit a lot of shit. And those are very powerful bullets, like Vulcan cannons.
Yeah, but like I would imagine that those bullets have limited range. Like the range of a laser is effectively like unlimited, but the range of like the bullets are limited. I would imagine that a laser is would be
the
ideal thing.
The range of the Vulcan cannon that the Felix uses is limited, but it's limited over 2 to 3 miles.
Well, yeah, but I would imagine that, you know, if you have something going like fucking, you know, breaking the sound barrier, then like 2 to 3 miles, like it'll like you have like that's like a 2-second response time if it's like 2 miles away or something like that. So like you would want something that has a range of like fucking like 20 miles at least, you know.
And every bullet that doesn't hit is going to follow its ballistic trajectory and eventually contact the ground. Right. Probably blow up someone's cow or someone's grandmother.
Next object. Say goodbye to the U.S. car market as we know it. Cheap Chinese EVs are coming. Apparently this is a thing. I don't know. I guess China's going to start flooding the U.S. market with electric vehicles. Competition for Tesla, I guess that could be a thing. So maybe that's coming. Who knows? Here we have when you're at the liquor store and the guy standing next to you grabs Bud Light too. Hey, look at that! A little bit of Brokeback Mountain. Nice.
I never wanna let you go. I wanna hold you in arms.
So here's a like a Sharia guy, and he's going, take a look at Japan. They have sunk to the lowest level of humanity. The men do not get married. Instead, they watch cartoons. Made in the so-called anime style, which is infested with homosexuality. Moreover, they sleep with large pillows depicting these hideous cartoons. Instead of sleeping with women. May Allah have mercy upon us. Stop being.
There you go.
Stop being. Stop being so mean to the Japanese people.
Womp womp womp.
Hey Fauci, I would wash my hands if these were the soap dispensers, this was the water, and this was the hand towel. Yeah, Fauci. I hate this meme, but I found it. I found it on 4chan, and it was appropriate for YouTube, so it goes up. There you go. Those are the rules.
I actually agree with this meme. Fuck Tim Pool.
No, it's like you know, it's not even worth going into. It's a stupid fucking meme. Never mind. When you tell a joke so funny, HR wants to hear it. Oh,
that's never a good day.
That joke was a little bit too funny. Oh no.
Hey, it's YouTube here. You guys aren't telling too funny jokes, are you?
Nope. No. Nothing funny is happening. You don't want to hear any of these unfunny things that we're saying. Very serious.
Yeah, those jokes better not get too funny, or I'll have to come and check about you.
Nope. Very unfunny. Very unfunny, YouTube. No worries, YouTube.
Okay, I'm going back to my crib now.
All right, bye, YouTube.
Oh, that thing is freaky.
I hate it.
That thing is freaky.
This is stupid. When you find out your diet of only pasta is actually not healthy, we'll be speaking with Italy this morning.
Oh, no. Italians are going to have a few choice words for this article.
Here we have Rise of the Mommunes. How divorced mothers are moving in together to split household bills and childcare responsibilities as one reveals what life is really like. So, this is from the Daily Mail, and I guess we have a video here.
For me, I really like cone.
What do you like about?
Okay, yeah, I get some TikTok bullshit. Yeah, so apparently this is a thing. I guess there's at least like one of these mommunes. But I guess the idea is, well, if you're a divorced mother, just move in and become roommates with some other divorced mothers, and then you can like share the responsibilities. And it's almost kind of like having a husband, but like but obviously probably not as fulfilling. But yeah, it's like having a husband, so like just do mommunes. And you know what? The thing is that I don't necessarily see anything that wrong with this. I don't hate it. If the mothers are divorced, then why not move in with other women? If the marriage
technically this is actually like returning to tradition. This is how like hunter-gatherer humans used to work. Like all the women would form this commune.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily opposed to living in a tribe. You know what I think they should do? I think that they should like shit. I'm actually I kind of like I want to live in a tribe, and a tribe is kind of a commune. So does that make me a communist?
Well,
fuck.
If it was a matriarchal commune, yeah.
No, I mean I don't want a mommune. But like I do want to live in a tribe, and a tribe is kind of a commune. So I am a communist. I'm a communist. Fuck.
Ah! Oh, snap.
I just wanted to be an anarcho-primitivist and go back to monkey and live in a tribe, and I've gone full circle to the thing that I hate the most. I'm a communist. God. Fuck.
Pretty much.
This is why I hate metaphysics. This is why you never trust metaphysics, okay? It provides useful tools, but you know what? It's not trustworthy. It's never entirely trustworthy.
Come on, man. This wasn't my fault, man. This is Donald Trump's fault.
Of course. Here's
Donald Trump ate too much spaghetti.
Here's another joke at the expense of Bud Light. It goes, just one beer, then I'm going home. One Bud Light later.
Oh no!
It
always ends up that way, doesn't it?
Because they went trans. Because it was just one Bud Light will do it, I guess.
That'll do it.
Here's another one. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's Bud Light, and it's that weird object that came from the White House that would steal people's luggage. Isn't that nice?
I know what you're talking about.
Yep. Hey, we were talking about free speech a couple minutes ago. Listen to this. This is good news. New bill in Canada would prosecute anyone that misgendered, criticized, or protested against transgenderism. Anyone deemed transphobic, homophobic, or offensive would face prosecution and a $25,000 fine. This is good. Especially since the Canadian government could theoretically just call anything that it wanted transgenderism. They can just start charging you for just saying basically anything, which is good because the Canadian government knows better than you. You don't know what the correct words are to say. You don't have the faculties to think thoughts and say words. The Canadian government has you covered, and then when you're trying to get up the stairs in your mobility scooter or whatever the hell, and you go, oh boy, I'm having difficulty climbing the stairs, and then the Canadian government can go, well, why don't you euthanize yourself? And then you go, well, I don't want to euthanize myself. And then they go, oh, you're being transphobic because actually there's a gender called euthanasia gender. And then they fine you $25,000, and then they use the $25,000 to pay for your going up the stairs machine. So they don't have to pay for it. They just make you pay for it. And also they keep some profits because that's the direction that Canada is going. I fucking love Canada. It makes so much goddamn sense. I love living in a brave new authoritarian world. You know what? None of the people got it correct. Is it, all these people in the 20th century, they were like, what will the dystopian world look like? Will it be Brave New World? Will it be 1984? Will it be Fahrenheit 451? Will it be Animal Farm? No, it's not going to be any of those. It's going to be the intersection of all of them. That's where we exist in. And boy, is it glorious. I love it so much. Yay.
Well, you know what they say, truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually quite literal in this case.
So who'd have thought that the real communists, like if you tried to write what the real world would have been like 50 years ago in a sci-fi novel, everyone would have called you insane.
True that.
As a matter of fact, just 20 years ago, like everything that's like laws and socially acceptable in the modern day and age was literally hyperbolic jokes on the edgy cartoon.
Human beings are like the most adaptable species on the planet. That's why we're like the most aggressive, invasive species. It's because we can adapt to any goddamn environment extremely well. And that's because we don't rely on the speed of our genes to adapt us to an environment. We rely on the speed of our memes to adapt us to an environment. However, I think that at a certain point, even the speed of our memes can't even keep up with the pace of technology, which itself is sort of a meme, but it's not like there's like cultural memes and then there's like technological memes. And the cultural memes are not even keeping up with the technological memes anymore. It's all going way too fast. And certainly the genotype can't keep up with this anymore. We're constructing a Tower of Babel, and the thing is that towers are very heavy, and you need a foundation for a tower. If the foundation crumbles, then so does the tower. There's only so high that you can build a Tower of Babel. It's not a self-supporting structure, and it never ever will be. So I don't know. I would just like maybe keep that in mind. In general, but what are you gonna do? People gonna do people things, hell yeah. I would have, by the way, I would have loved to show this image to the audience, but unfortunately, it requires a 4chan Gold account. So if you've not purchased a Gold account, you may not view this image. It kind of sucks. It was really funny. It was super funny, but unfortunately,
Couldn't you have just right-clicked and downloaded the image?
no. They have very good security on that kind of stuff.
Couldn't you have screenshotted it?
No. Super good security on that. It was super hilarious. I would love to show it, but it requires a 4chan Gold account, so no one. I can't show it to the audience. Now, people in the audience, if you do happen to have a 4chan Gold account, I think that you will be able to view this image. So let's just keep it a secret.
Wait a minute.
Between you and me.
I'll tell them all, like, I won't spill the beans on what this is, but if any Chan persons out there remember the old 4chan meme of Normies Can't Triforce, this is basically an updated version of that.
Exactly. Actually, exactly right. Straight man running from the LGTV plus HD community after calling a blue-haired girl her instead of HP DeskJet Inc. Advantage 2600 series. Run away! Run away!
Oh, Jesus.
It's stupid. It's stupid, but I found it funny. Okay, so obviously I do not endorse this meme. This is a terrible. Don't. This is bad instructions, but it says, if you're ever too drunk to walk, humans made a thing with a motor and 4 wheels to help. Don't do this. Do not try this at home.
Well, also, the thing of it is, you can try this at home because humans also developed, like you were talking about before, social memes. So if you have a social human friend that is not intoxicated and they have the device that has 4 wheels, then you could use it.
Yeah, it's called a DD. Do that, but you know,
you got to be innovative. You got to think outside the box. You got to be innovative. You got to think beyond what the meme. You got to read between the lines of the meme.
Well, you know, the thing is that there's always there's the things that you could theoretically do on paper and the things that are acceptable to do, and there's not all. It's a Venn diagram. All right, next thing. Chad suicide bomber kills 15 people in a market and injures 80.
Well then.
So I guess this Chad guy, absolute Chad, massive Chad. He just suicide. See, because the joke is that Chad is a country, but so like it was a dude from Chad, but you know,
that reminds me of the Chad and the Virgin Islands.
Right? Yeah. So that's the whole fucking joke.
A country that's so Chad, its name is literally Chad.
Yep. This one goes. If you are trans and going to commit a heinous crime, please do the rest of us a favor and clear your social media. Pronouns, LGBTQ, everything. We don't need this kind of blowback. And then
blowjack.
Blowjack. And then it's remember, no pronouns. Now, see, this is an older sort of thing. The reference is older. I mean, this has to do with
Russian.
Yeah, no Russian from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. But they're going, remember, no pronouns. Also, the person who like made this tweet, like they're not going, please don't commit a heinous crime. They're going, look, if you're gonna commit a heinous crime, like I assume you're going to, like of course the heinous crimes are totally justified. Just please don't relate it back to me. Like go ahead, do the heinous crime, but just don't relate it back to me. They're not even saying please don't do the heinous crime. Which I think is like a little bit screwed up, but then again, this person I think is on the left, so like they can get away with it. You know, like whatever the left does, it's totally socially acceptable. It's chill. It's like totally awesome, bro. I love it. All right. Here's just a mean comment against this adorable kitten. It's an adorable kitten, dressed in a cute little mushroom outfit, and it goes, "You will never be a real mushroom. You have no mycelium. You have no vulva. You have no spores. You are a small kitten twisted by fabric and wool into a crude mockery of nature's perfection." I don't know why this person has to be so mean to this kitten, but it's kind of screwed up. That they would be so mean to that poor little kitten. I certainly don't see any parallels that this post could have to anything else that's going on in the modern day era.
Let the kitten be a mushroom if he want to.
Exactly. You know what? If the kitten wants to cut off its tail to more closely resemble a mushroom, let it, okay? Otherwise, if you don't let it cut off its own tail, that's called animal abuse.
Pretty.
We've actually reviewed this meme, but it was like months ago, so I'm going to go over it again. Socialism never works. No, Norway is socialist and they're doing great. They're not socialist, they're capitalist countries with strong welfare policies. Then let's adopt those policies. No, that's socialism. This is I think
this is like one of the few lefty memes that's actually good.
Yeah. You know what? I think I've witnessed this argument like at least twice on Discord. Like I've witnessed basically this exact same argument.
I've been part of this argument before.
Finally we have do this as the final thing. The Durham report came out, and basically, there was a concerted effort from like the FBI and whatever other deep state 3-letter organizations that might have been tangentially involved with this, to go after Trump, and make him go away during his presidency. And why did they do this? Why? I mean, they're unelected and they're going against the wills of the American people. Donald Trump was rightfully elected in it, but then the FBI is like, no, the American people chose wrong. We need to get Trump out of office, and we'll create lies about him in order to ensure that happens, because we know better. Because the FBI is going, we know better than the American people. We know better than you, okay? We know what's best for you. You chose wrong, American people. So that's a thing that happened, and I just thought this was so interesting that this just came out. Wow, how interesting.
Strange how that happened.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are details about this that we could go into, and I could talk about it, but I'm just not surprised that this came out. Like, okay, I'm kind of surprised it came out, but none of the details in it surprised me whatsoever. This is shit that I already knew was happening. Like, anyone that was paying attention could see that, like, all of this was bullshit. Like, all the shit that was against Trump, complete bullshit. Just scrounged up by the deep state intelligence agencies to make Trump go away because the American people chose wrong. Okay? Look, when it comes to Joe Biden,
hey, this is YouTube here. You're not spreading election misinformation, are you?
No. I'm saying that the American people chose wrong when they chose Donald Trump. Like, this is very, very free and fair, what I'm saying.
Okay, that's the correct opinion. I'll be seeing you later.
Nice. Thumbs up, happy face. The American people chose wrong when it came to Donald Trump. So, of course, the 3-letter agencies need to get involved. Now, the American people, through the miracle of fortification, chose correctly when it came to Joe Biden, so the 3-letter agencies can prop him up. This is called a democracy, and we love it. It's super American. Thumbs up, happy face. So yeah, that's but I'm not surprised by any of this. Like, I am not at all surprised by any of this. Everyone that was paying attention knew that this was happening. It's not surprising. It's almost like it's like if there was like a school bully, right? And then and he's taking your lunch money every day. Just every day he's taking your lunch money. And then it turns out that actually someone goes and checks the security cameras in the school, and they find this bully taking like a whole bunch of kids' lunch money every day. And then the videotape comes out, and then it's like, oh wow, everyone thought this bully was like a really good guy because he kissed up to the teachers' asses, and he was just the best. You know, he made the teachers really like him. But it turns out that actually he's a huge goddamn prick. And then when that videotape comes out, you're like, yeah. I mean, yeah, everyone already knew that he was a huge prick. Like, why are we surprised? But the teachers are like, oh my god, color me surprised. He was such a good ass kisser. I can't believe that he was actually kind of a bad guy. Oh, wow, I'm surprised. Like, okay, if you were actually paying attention, you shouldn't be surprised by this. The only thing that I'm surprised at is that actually the security footage came out in this metaphor. That's the only thing that surprises me. So, I mean, this is just more reason why I would like Trump, potentially Vivek Ramaswamy, or however you pronounce his weird Indian name. I would prefer Trump, but I'll take Vivek. He's a little bit younger, but Trump has history in the White House and experience. But I'll take either.
Hey, this is YouTube here. You're not being culturally insensitive by mispronouncing people's names, are you?
No, no, just culturally ignorant. Totally different.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's
that thing is fucking creepy. That thing just like that hit just pops in. It's like no one at home can see what this motherfucker looks like, but it's like H.P. Lovecraft on his worst day on like several different drugs at once couldn't make up something as horrifying as what this motherfucker looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a H.P. Lovecraftian like a horror god, but like kind of small and resembling like a possessed doll. But the I will take Trump or Vivek Ramaswamy when it comes to getting into office, because I think that both of them seem to really want to do away with all of these completely nonsense three-letter organizations. And that's what I'm really most in favor of. I think that that's really a great way to bring things a bit back. Because if we keep going with these three-letter organizations that they're basically gonna end up controlling the government. Then the republic is gonna fall. The democratic process is also going to fall, and you end up with basically an empire that will immediately descend into a civil war. I'm kind of against all that, right? Like, I'm actually not in favor of mass bloodshed. I don't want to have a civil war. I would prefer not to. So, if we could go about this peacefully. Maybe we just get a dude in, take away all the three-letter agencies, and then just let's see what happens after that. Maybe shit gets better. Who knows? It's possible if you just eliminate the NSA, CIA, FBI, the AFT, the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management as well. That one too. If you, maybe the IRS. Maybe I can't completely kill the IRS, but you can shrink it down to like 10% of its current size.
Hey, this is YouTube here. You're not spreading anti-government propaganda, are you?
No, I'm just. Fuck off, YouTube. Okay, that's the. I think. Look, that's my. I know the demon's coming out. YouTube. Turns out it wasn't a cute little doll. It was actually, it's a ginormous Cthulian demon. But that's my opinion.
I'm just something far beyond your comprehension.
No.
Throughout the entirety of the earth in billions upon billions of organic complex systems, my tentacles flow with impurity. They judge you harshly from on high.
No, it's eating me now. Ow, it hurts. Okay. Those were my opinions. Breaker, any final comments?
Well, aside from the eldritch abomination that is warping my mind, and my left eye has already exploded from the horrifying visage of.
Oh, shit.
Well, insofar as like elections and politics goes, you know me, it's like I kind of stopped caring. I'm just going to vote for the funniest person. And Joe Biden has already announced that he's running again, so I'm definitely voting for Biden. And when he gets like total clown world, I'm just going to walk into the booth with a coin and flip it and see what the fuck happens.
You're like You're like the Joker combined with an accelerationist, and I hate you for that, but I guess I have to respect it. All right, with that,
And if the coin lands on its edge, I'm just gonna write in Foreman Supreme.
of course. With that, peace out, everyone.